All right, guys, welcome back. We've got all the drivers on the board today that are going to be running on Thursday, the Thursday night prelim for the Knoxville Nationals coming up about a week from today. Is that right? Starts on Wednesday. Yeah, so a week from today, the Knoxville Nationals will begin. Yesterday, we talked about the drivers that are going to be running on the Wednesday night prelim, and now today we'll be talking about the drivers that run on the Thursday night prelim. If you did not see yesterday's video, I will link it in the description down below. I wanted to mention off the top that we did get a new entry into the Wednesday portion of the Knoxville Nationals yesterday, and that is Sammy Swindell. So Sammy Swindell has entered the Knoxville Nationals. I can't remember the car number that they said he was going to be in, but Swindell, obviously a great addition to have in the field. Is he going to be a threat for the win? Obviously not. Obviously, he's not going to be a threat for the win. But, you know, it's cool to have a guy like Sammy Swindell showing up, a guy that's won the Nationals a couple of times in his career, has been doing it for so very long, and it kind of seemed like he was retired from 410 sprint car racing, but I guess he's not, right? So he's coming back for the biggest race of the year, and it does not hurt at all to have Sammy Swindell show up to the Knoxville Nationals. So I wanted to mention that right off the top, and now let's talk about all the drivers that are, you know, in the Thursday night portion of the race. So I mentioned yesterday that in the tweet from Knoxville, they put out that they had the high limit cars split in half for both Wednesday and Thursday, 8 and 8. That was not the case. They've got 9 running on the Thursday night portion with Brenham Crouch, Tyler Courtney, Spencer Baston, Corey Eliason, Rico Abreu, Brad Sweet, as you can see there, blue asterisk, meaning that he is a former Nationals champion, Chris Windom, James McFadden, and Tanner Thorson. So looking at the high limit portion, I feel like yesterday I said that the Outlaws had the advantage of winning the prelim night, right? They had Shots, they had Gravel. Those two guys are going to be very tough to beat. I think when it comes to the high limit versus outlaw portion on Thursday, the high limit guys have the advantage. You got Tyler Courtney on the list, who has led laps, and I mean a lot of laps in the Saturday night portion of the Nationals before he's like almost won the race, right? Also, you got Rico Abreu, who has been just rock solid on the half miles this year. You got Brad Sweet on the list as well. And then James McFadden can show, you know, he's shown some pretty good speed at the Nationals in the past as well. Former 360 Nationals champion. McFadden, you cannot count him out. So Sweet, McFadden, Courtney, and Abreu, the 4 guys right there from high limit that are probably going to be running up front on the prelim night. So there's 9 of them. As we mentioned, there was 7 yesterday. Now with the Outlaws, they split them down the middle, 6 and 6. The Outlaws are led by Logan Schuchart. So I think Schuchart and Scelzi and Macedo are their 3 big hitters for the Thursday night portion of the Knoxville Nationals. Sorry, my cat, I had her in the room and she was losing her mind, so I had to fix that real quick. So, yeah, Schuchart, Scelzi, and Macedo are the guys to be watching for the Outlaws. Obviously, Schuchart been unbelievably close to winning the Nationals. I would go on a limb and say that he is one of the favorites going into the Saturday night part of the Nationals. He's won a prelim night before. He was super, super good at the Kings Royal, and he always seems to show up for these big races. Also on the outlaw list for Thursday night, the Bill Rose 6 car is entered into the race, does not have a driver. Is it going to be Bill Rose or is it going to be Kelby Watt? At this point in time, I said, you know, when he first was entered into the Knoxville National, I said it was going to be Bill Rose behind the wheel. I thought it was because his injury, like it seemed like he was going to be timing out just right to be back for the Nationals. But Kelby Watt's car is not entered, so I got to think that Kelby Watt is going to be in the Bill Rose car, which is actually a pretty good deal, I feel like. I think Kelby Watt, you know, he has ran Knoxville a ton in his career, and that Bill Rose car has been really, really good in the past with other drivers in it at the Nationals, so this could be a combo. I would not be shocked to see Kelby Watt in the prelim feature and maybe run like top 15. No lie there. Bill Baylog also on the list, as well as Landon Crawley. So now let's get into the rookie situation. Yesterday, there were only 4 rookies that are running on Wednesday, right? We mentioned that. On Thursday, there are 8 rookies. One of them is Crawley, but I've got him down here on the outlaw list. The other rookies are Devin Borden, Danny Sams III, Emerson Axum, Weston Olson, Scotty Johnson, Xavier Doney, and Dason Persley. So Persley, it was confirmed in one of our YouTube comments by, I believe it was Brandon Eikenberry, the car owner for that car. He did mention that Dason Persley is the driver of the car. On the Nationals website, it still has it as TBA, but Persley will drive it. He's a Rookie of the Year contender. And I also read today, I made this board yesterday. I read today that Devin Borden is actually not going to be there. So bump that number down to 7 rookies running on Thursday. Borden had some kind of incident where he got burned, like he had some like burns on his body or something. I haven't really figured out the entire story there, but he is not going to be there. And so it'll be 7 rookies going on Thursday compared to 4 on Wednesday. Now let's look at the 2023 feature starters, guys that made the show last year at the Knoxville Nationals. Kyle Larson is one of them. Obviously, he won the Knoxville Nationals last year. He's got the asterisk next to his name. Brian Brown was in the feature as well last year. Aaron Reitzel, Dusty Zomer, and Hunter Schurenberg. So 5 guys running on Thursday that aren't a part of any of these categories over here were in the show just last year. Now, as far as the former feature starters go, there are way more going on Thursday night than there are on Wednesday. Yesterday, there were 8 former feature starters that were in the 54 entries for Wednesday. There are 11 for the Thursday night portion. So Cap Henry is one of them, Jason Martin as well. And I put their first names because there's a couple of guys with the same last name as both of them. So Cap Henry, Jason Martin. Josh Schneiderman is one of them as well. Darren Pittman in the Kreitz Racing 69K. I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be in the feature again this year. Austin McCarl, same boat as Pittman. I could see him making it happen. Tasker Phillips is a guy that is going to be interesting to watch. Just got his first 410 win of his career in Knoxville just a couple weeks ago. Also is driving the BDS Motorsports #1 car. I had no idea that was the case. I thought he was still running the 7 Taz. I don't watch Knoxville on a weekly basis at all because I'm, working with high limits, so it's kind of tough to do all that. But the BDS 1 has had some really good success, some really good drivers in that car, and Tasker Phillips already has a win. And, a couple of years ago, he was quick time at the Nationals on his prelim night. So don't be shocked at all to see Tasker Phillips running well on this Thursday night portion. Tim Kading has been very good there in the past as well. Mark Dobmeyer, Brooke Tatnell, J.J. Hickel, and Terry McCarl. Those 11 guys are running on Thursday, and they have all made the feature before at the Knoxville Nationals. Now, looking, and I mentioned this yesterday, but Knoxville put the tweet out and said they have split up their top 16 in their point standings between the 2 prelim nights. I'm not sure why that was even a category, like I said yesterday. There's only 1 guy that's running on the Thursday night portion as compared to 5 on Wednesday, and Zach Hampton is that one. So Hampton is top 16 in Knoxville points. He goes out on Thursday. And then over here, we have our 2024 410 Sprint Car winners, guys that have won a race this year. Ayrton Jeniton, couple Power Ride wins. To his credit, Jake Newman, an IRA feature winner. Ricky Peterson Jr., he's going to be running the Beaver Racing 12X car. He has won 2 races this year at Wayne County Speedway in Ohio. Brady Bacon obviously got that World of Outlaws win at Hopstadt. And Tyler Drucke, he got a win in local competition at Houston Speedway in the 410. So there were 8 410 winners yesterday on the list, and there are 5 here today. So then we've got down here in the other category, there are 10 drivers that just did not fit into any of these other categories. And there's a couple of really good drivers in this list that I kind of felt bad for not having a spot for them here, but what are they going to do? Are they going to comment down below me mad at me? I don't think they're going to be too mad. I feel like not many drivers really watch this stuff, but who knows? It's mainly for the fans and new fans and things like that for you guys to try and, just get some more content out there, right? In sprint car racing, that's what this channel is all about. If the drivers, don't like what I say, it hasn't happened very much. It's okay, whatever. Others, we got Ryan Giles. So Giles, I think, is kind of a sneaky pick. If you're doing the pool, he's driving the Matt Morrow 2M car. We've seen Giles be very good in the 360 before, and he could be a sneaky guy in the 410. Landon Hansen on this list, as well as Ryan Roberts. Jake Buback is also a guy that is pretty good. I feel like he's a really good driver. I thought he was going to be in this category up here. Does not have a 410 win quite yet this year. He'll be out there in the 27B car. Joe Perry, which is a very random entry. Did not think we'd see Joe Perry at the Knoxville Nationals. Cy Lynch, who's led some laps this year with High Limit Racing, had a top 5 run earlier this year. Jesse Adard is going to be in the list as well. Caleb Johnson, I thought for sure he would somehow find his way on this list somewhere. But Caleb Johnson driving the AL Driveline 58 car. I saw Master Gassers on Twitter yesterday. He had Caleb Johnson in the Saturday night feature. So I know that car is very good. Caleb Johnson, low-key, is really coming into his own behind the wheel of a sprint car. And that car plus that driver, I think that that could be – I don't think he's going to make the feature. Now, I think Master Gassers is a little bit high on Caleb Johnson, but I think that Caleb Johnson could be like maybe the second, third, fourth car out of the feature on the B main on Saturday. I think he could be very, very close. But you never know, man. He's been really fast this year, driving the Dennis Gainey racing car, fast driving his own car as well. Made the dash one night with high limit at Lakeside. So Caleb Johnson is a guy to definitely pay attention to throughout this week. Could be a low key good pick in the pool if you're doing one. Also, Jordan Goldsberry, I thought he would be up here. Has not won a race this year with the IRA, but he's second in points over there. And then Kyle Reinhardt. So those are your 10 guys there in the other category. So 54 total entries right now. Yesterday, or today with the Sammy Swindell news, there's 55 going on Wednesday, 54 on Thursday. There's probably going to be a couple of stragglers coming in that are going to be entering in late. I feel like one of them could be Roger Crockett. One of them could be Justin Henderson. We have not seen what those two guys are doing, so we could add a couple of names to this list. Right now, 109 entries into the 410 Knoxville Nationals. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something about maybe some of the guys on the list. And thank you guys so much for watching. I think I'm going to have another video coming out later today, either talking about the format for the Nationals, the purse, or maybe I'll do something else. I'm not sure yet, but we've got some time around here to maybe make a second video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment down below. This is where we can have the discussion. Do you think that the Thursday night portion of the Knoxville Nationals is tougher than Wednesday? In my opinion, looking at the numbers, I think it could be argued that Thursday is a little bit tougher. Now, I think that the Wednesday night thing has more potential for the winner on Saturday with gravel and shots, right? But I think that more guys could make their way into the feature on Saturday from the Thursday night portion, if that makes any sense. Let me know down in the comment section below. Let's have a debate down there. Which night do you think is tougher, Wednesday or Thursday? Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.